Did you know they made this?
No, I had no idea. It would have been handy though yesterday.
Yeah. I don't see any cabinet building sets. Alright, so we had to go to Lowe's and we went ahead and bought them out of drawer slides again.
Not even all the same ones because they suck and they have like one of each one.
Right, so I had to go with some 16 inchers just because I need to get these things on, but I think it'll be fine. But we did get a new toy as well, so hopefully this will come in handy whenever we start building the face frames. And
you bought that?
I mean, we bought this.
I didn't know you bought that.
No, we bought this.
We bought it to do your face frames? How does that work?
Is it lunchtime yet?
I think it is. I'm going to Bojangles.
So the first thing that we need to do is to make the drawers for the big cabinets. Big cabinets. I've got all the pieces cut, but I'm going to use a piece of 1/2-inch plywood on the bottom of these just because they're bigger drawers. They're gonna hold bigger things like pots, pans, that sort of stuff. So I wanna make sure that the bottom is thick as it can be. One thing that I gotta go back and do is route out a spot for the bottom to sit in. So we'll do that, then we'll cut the bottoms out of a piece of plywood that I have over here. My wife's car is here right now because...
Just back it out.
Well, we can't. That's the problem.
What do you mean you can't?
Reverse doesn't work. Little pro tip for you guys: don't put your car in reverse when you're going down the highway. I think I said this the last video, but the reason we're having to do this to these drawers is because these drawers are a lot deeper than the other ones. I want to make sure that the bottoms are sturdy enough to hold pots and pans, so that's why I'm using 1/2-inch plywood instead. So we routed these out with a 1/4-inch bit and then began cutting all the bottom pieces out of the 1/2-inch plywood. Once that was done, we were ready to put the first one together. All right, we got something going for us today.
Yeah, we do.
We got our first big drawer done. So we know...
Get inside of it.
Yeah, that's about the size of my bed. We know that whatever we did worked, so we just need to keep doing it and build 3 more of these. So this thing's pretty stout though.
I mean, it's nice. I mean, like you said, you're going to have pots and pans and some heavy stuff in here. It's got to be pretty stout. You don't want it falling apart.
So I gave Jason the task of routing out all of the bottoms so that they would fit, and I began putting them all together. But of course, Jason got done first.
All right, man. Hey, I got all that routed out for you. So I'm going to go upstairs and hang out for a little bit while you finish putting these together.
Of course, Jason didn't leave me hanging like that. We finished putting the other 3 drawers together, being sure to glue and shoot everything. But just like the other drawers, the question is, will they fit? We got our 4 boxes done, so now we gotta finish putting in all these drawers. Since we had enough drawer slides now, we had to finish putting in the drawers on the right side of the island that we couldn't last week. Then we could put in the 3 bigger drawers that we made today. Surprisingly, these things went in pretty smoothly and moved better on the tracks than all the smaller ones. Well, I say they went in smoothly. Only one more to go. Oh, what'd you do?
What, that?
That's
the right.
That's the left.
That's the right.
That's the left.
That's the left.
That's the left.
That's the left. Told you. Well, look at it. I put L there. I have it L.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense to me. This is the right. So I've only done like 40 of these things, and still this is the very last one, and I'm still confused.
I know.
I think I actually put them on completely backwards, but thinking I was putting them the right way, and they actually went on the right way, but I was actually doing them the wrong way. I don't know. Last drawer.
Last drawer.
Going in.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it fits. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That one is. Sometimes you gotta do a little
whacking. What? How is it the 2 biggest ones go in the smoothest?
They definitely did though, dude.
I mean, that one over there is like, that's like butter, bro.
Oh, that's so butter.
Well, that's good though, because that one's gonna have all the pots and pans in, and that's the one she's gonna use the most.
Carter, come. Come on.
Put the cat in there.
I don't know where the cat is. Alright, so now it's time to build the face frames.
I've been waiting for this day my whole life.
Or face drawer faces. They're not frames. But they are.
They are. But are they?
Well, they are. They're not going to be solid. They're actually going to be like a frame. So,
gotcha.
They are face frames, but they're drawer front face frames. So, my wife wants as little gap as possible in between all of these frames. So, we're going to go with a 1/4 inch. We want all of these face frames, well, on this cabinet here, all of them to be exactly the same. So what we've done is we've taken measurements and figured out, you know, subtracting a 1/4 off of this end, an 1/8 off of this end, because there's going to be another face frame over here with another 1/8 inch gap, which will equal a 1/4, and then a 1/4 up here, 1/4 up here, and then a 1/4 in between all this stuff. So we did our math, and as we all know, math doesn't lie.
Never.
So we're going to run downstairs and we're going to attempt to make these face frames just to make sure we know what the heck we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we really don't.
No, we're going to make these 4, and then if they work, then we're going to go ahead and do all the rest of them.
Yeah.
Good call. All right, Cody, you ready?
Let's go, Coda.
Dude, your dog's annoying. I mean, she's cute and all, but I'm just joking.
She
She's
just
cool.
wants attention.
I totally forgot to ask, what kind of material are we using? Why do you have a smirk on your face?
Well, because we always just use whatever we have laying around.
Yeah, you got Jack laying around, though.
I know, but I got plenty of flooring still.
You got what?
Flooring.
This?
No, not laminate flooring. Hardwood flooring.
Oh, that you pulled off from upstairs.
Yeah, so...
Okay, hold on, though. Does that not have tons of nails in it?
Some of it.
You suck, dude.
We were lucky enough to find some pieces that didn't need the staples ripped out of them. So the first step was to cut the tongues off of all the boards. Dude, we can make some cutting boards out of this.
I'm sorry, some what?
Some cutting boards. That's what people do with their scrap wood. Especially hardwood.
Cutting boards?
Yeah, we glue all this together. Run it through a planer.
Yeah, because you know we have nothing else to do than make cutting boards. Have you seen your kitchen?
Yeah, but eventually it's going to be done. We're going to have to move on to bigger and better things.
And I'm not making cutting boards, I'll tell you that much right now. That's all you.
I need to put a couple screws in the wall right here. That way I can stash them all.
Bro, you're not making a freaking anything out of those. I'm burning those.
We need a level to make sure they're level. We went ahead and ripped the tongues off of all of this flooring. And one thing that I realized that I'm hoping is going to turn out into a good idea is that these things already have a groove cut in them for the plywood face.
Wow.
So, this has turned into a great idea, even though you guys are probably hating on me because I'm reusing my flooring instead of going to buy new wood. But you know what?
Who cares, bro?
There.
Look at that. That looks perfect.
Just screw all this together and we've got a face frame. Just like this. Another one here. Bam.
Booyah. Okay, now we just got to do our maths.
We'll do maths off camera.
Okay.
We're not
Peace
smart
out.
enough to do it on
Peace
camera.
out. Peace out. Peace out.
So we began to figure out our math for this first set of drawer fronts. Now I'm going to go ahead and warn you guys ahead of time that there are multiple times in this video where we refer to them as face frames. I know they're not face frames, but I can't go back and change what I called them. Anyways, after we figured out the math, it was then time to cut them all down to the right size.
What you got there?
More cutting board material. Dude, your wife's gonna want one of these. Trust me.
So when should I tell her to expect it? Like Christmas 2025 or something?
2030, soonest.
I think that would be our best bet.
Dude, we're gonna knock these out super fast.
I'm just gonna play with this thing.
Now it was time to put our first one together. We glued and pocket hole screwed the first 3 pieces together and then slid the 1/4 inch paneling in before attaching the last side. And voila!
Best one I've ever seen.
Thanks, man. It's because I built it. Well, I mean, you helped, but...
It's the only one I've ever seen. Just so you know.
We went ahead and built the other 3 really quick and then took them upstairs to see how they turned out. Jason had to leave, but I wanted to see if my spacing came out correctly and how well they attached. Everything looked pretty good, except I wasn't happy with how they were, or should I say weren't, attaching. But we'll get to that later. I decided to call it quits for this week, and wait for Jason's help the next Friday. What's up?
Hey, Merry Christmas. I come bearing gifts.
It's New Year's Day, man.
Oh, whatever. Well, I've had these for a while.
Well, thanks.
Look what I got you, bud.
Dude, I can't wait to start putting cabinets together with
Big
these.
stretch and Lexel.
Nice.
It's all for you, buddy.
I got a surprise for you, too.
Oh, you do? What?
Yeah. I pulled all these nails.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
That's for me?
Well, I know how much you hate it. So.
Oh, man. I'm tired, though. I don't know if I can do this today.
Dude, it's already 10:35.
I know, bro, but I have a 14-year-old son. He decided to have a party for New Year's. And so, like, 6 of his friends came over.
All right, so we actually got to go to Jamie's to get wood because... Oh, there he is. He's calling right now.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll get back to you guys.
Can we put them on hold? Is there a hold button on that phone?
There's no hold button. We can put Jamie on hold. Before we got interrupted by Jamie's phone call.
Which we needed.
Yeah, we were saying we needed wood because I don't have any 3-foot pieces.
Yeah, well, I'm glad y'all decided to come over at 6 in the morning on New Year's Day.
Wait.
You're just lucky I was awake and had the lights on in the shop already.
Yeah, no, you see you're in your true work pajama pants there.
This is how I roll on Saturday.
Doing yoga this morning or something?
Yeah.
Nice.
So Jamie's hooking me up with all these crap pieces that he has.
I call them winners. I just heard you call it crap, but these are the winners. Okay.
Yeah, this is his winter corner over here, as you can see.
These winter
Have any of these.
Yeah.
Jason gets nice boards, and all I get is probably the cutoffs from his table.
Yeah. Hey, it's part of my table going to be in your kitchen, buddy. Jamie's got the best wood, though.
Yeah. Thanks, Jamie.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
What kind of shop upgrades are these?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but when I first got into doing sound and stuff.
Wait. I don't know if I have enough memory on my phone for this.
Look.
Okay, but why are they in here?
Oh, this is my computer speakers.
Those are your computer speakers.
Yeah, see it from my computer? See it in the speakers.
Oh gosh, what's going on in this world?
All those face frames we did last time,
Yeah.
they're not going to work.
Shocker.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, in theory they were going to work, but the problem is because we were keeping the groove on the flooring here, we were trying to keep as much thickness as well. So when we put the piece of plywood in, it was actually set in more than 1/4 of an inch, which meant the plywood set in from the face frame. Then when you go to attach the face frames, the plywood is gapped from the actual face of the drawers, which means the glue is not going to adhere. So
Not good.
Not good. What we're going to do instead is we're going to cut the tongue and the groove off and then route 1/4 inch. We're going to go ahead and first, we don't have any measurements or anything like that yet because it's still, even though it's like 11 o'clock by now, it's still too early for math. So we're going to just do what's simple right now, which is just cutting off the tongue, cutting off the groove, and we're going to go ahead and cut off this side as well, get one solid piece, and then once we got all of our solid pieces processed down, we'll go ahead and start cutting the links and start making some face frames.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan. How many we got to do?
Just this many and all of that stuff Jamie got. It'll be no big deal or anything.
We're quick. All right, stay tuned. Here we go. Boom.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit of a bummer that we had to remake those first 4 fronts. But at least we picked up on our design flaw early. Now it was time to really start mass producing these things. The first step was to take all of our wood that we had and to make sure that they're ripped down to the right width. Well, let's save those, man.
Those are burn them.
No, dude, those are cutoffs of cutoffs, dude.
These are kindling.
Dude, whenever Jamie needs to come borrow wood from me, he can have those. Our next step was going to be planing all these boards down to the same thickness, but that ended up taking longer than we wanted it to because all the boards that Jamie gave us were all different thicknesses, and some of them needed a lot taken off of them, so we resorted to plan B. Alright, so the planer was taking quite a while, especially since we have to make these the thickness of those over there minus that back part. So we're just gonna skip the planer and just run them through the table saw.
Yeah.
Now, I know running these through the table saw instead of the planer isn't ideal, but because these pieces are only about 2 inches wide, we felt it was pretty safe. But then we ran into our next problem. Well, we've been having a little problem with the saw. It's not necessarily...
I wouldn't say the saw.
Yeah, it's just... Alright, so our saw is battery powered, and we are, ripping through pretty thick material because we're placing it on edge. Therefore, it's eating through a lot of batteries. And we're at the point now where, well, we've been at the point for a while, but right now we're at the point where we have to take a battery off the charger, even though it's not completely charged. It's not even close. It's still got 1 bar on it, and just using it until it's dead. All right, so our last battery cut 1 board. So we think we need to take a little break. We only got like this many left.
But that would take us, the rate we're going, it would be like 2 hours.
Right, so we're going to take a little break. We're going to hope that these things charge up a little bit so that we can come back down. But we're not really going to take a break. We're just going to take a break from this. And we're going to go upstairs and start getting some measurements so that we can actually start cutting these down to length and then putting them together.
Yeah.
When we came back down, we did have enough charge on 1 battery to finish the rest of the boards, and Jason was pretty excited. We've got all of our material processed down. Now we're ready to cut some links. Jason...
Chicken scratch it over here.
Again, we're going to let you interpret all this.
I got it. It's right here, bro.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut... Hey! So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut these down to the proper lengths. But we're only going to work on 1 cabinet at a time.
But we're going to do the big ones first.
Right, we're going to try to do the big drawers first. So I've got 2 3-foot cabinets. So we're going to work on those first. We got some math still that we got to figure out, but it should be easy because we're math magicians. So let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it up.
Now the tricky part. We were feeling confident that all of our math was correct, and we were ready to cut all the boards down to the correct length for each individual drawer. So Jason marked all the boards for me, and I cut them on the miter saw, trying to make the best use of all the material that we had so that we didn't waste any. Well, we got all of our pieces cut. We decided to do it all at once. I don't know why.
Dude, that's a lot.
Yeah.
A real lot.
Probably not a good idea considering we're just like hoping that our math is right and we're not really testing any of this stuff.
Your math.
But here's the
Your
deal.
math.
If it's wrong, we've used every single piece up. This is all that we had left over. That's it. That's not enough to do anything with, except more cutting board material.
Okay. I'm going to separate these because I'm getting agita from
We already separated them.
No, I want it all separated into the right pieces.
Well, we're going to have to move it all. We've got to build them.
I don't care. Right, go ahead. You can talk.
Okay. I don't really have anything else to say. Now we just have to drill, like, how many holes?
Oh, I don't know.
Like 200 or something like that. We started drilling all the pocket hole screws, but we ran into a little problem that would slow us down.
It's not always just a hat rack.
No, not at all. So you might be wondering, what's that noise you got going on in the background? Well, it's just our handy dandy leaf blower, which we have set up here thanks to Jason's wonderful idea.
Every time we were drilling, all the dust would stay down in there and it would get jammed. So I'm like freaking blowing it every time. So I'm like, you know what? Old D-Walt makes a nice leaf blower. We'll just set her up on a low speed and
bam.
Boom.
Genius.
Genius.
We were really dreading this part because we figured it would take forever to drill all the holes we needed. This thing made pretty light work of drilling all those holes. Like we probably did all those holes in like 15 minutes. So
yeah.
Now we're moving on to the harder part, which is actually screwing all these together. So there's no easy way to do it other than to clamp them and screw them. And now for the final step today. Since we're going to route out a 1/4 inch on the inside of all these frames for the panel, we could go ahead and screw all these sides together. The only thing I'm hoping for at this point is that Jason can make sense of his drawings so that we actually put the right pieces together. Wham bam.
Freaking tired.
Yeah, I know. It's 3:45. I think we're gonna call it here for now.
I feel like I've been building walls all day. This is all we did.
I know. That's all.
That's all we got done.
That's
dude.
all we got done. Oh well.
Yeah.
It's gonna look great.
It's gonna look fantastic, dude. It's gonna look awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna be banging gong. So what we gotta do? What's the next steps?
I mean, next step is we're going to route out a 1/4 deep and a 1/4 wide around the inside for the 1/4 inch panels that are going to go in, and then once that's done, we'll take them upstairs and we will install them.
Nice. Now you have plywood. You gotta get some.
I got some.
Nice. Alrighty. It's all you.
All right. We'll see you Monday.
Peace.